At the beginning of the story, we meet a skinny and weak boy named Jojo. Everywhere he goes, he ends up getting beaten up. Even at school, a group of bullies constantly target and humiliate him. The worst among them is a bald guy named Hamaken. He has millions of followers on social media and regularly live streams himself threatening and embarrassing Jojo in front of the whole world just to attract more viewers and make more money. Sadly, Jojo has no friends at school who stand by him when he needs help. Instead, his entire class laughs at him and makes fun of him. But they say fate can change at any moment. The same weak and helpless boy everyone looks down on is destined to become one of Korea's most dangerous MMA fighters. The real question is, how will that happen? And what will Jojo do to the people who bullied and humiliated him for so many years? Jojo's life is even more painful outside school. His mother is hospitalized with a serious disease called spinal muscular atrophy. His treatment cost nearly $100,000, an amount completely beyond their reach. Even so, Jojo starts working part-time at a restaurant to earn money for her treatment. Deep down, he knows that even if he spends his entire life working, it still won't be enough to save his mother. Around this time, a girl named Asamiya enters his life. The moment Jojo sees her, he instantly falls for her. One day, while taking the restaurant's trash outside, Hamaken and his gang show up. Without any reason, they start beating Jojo and demand money from him. Jojo begs them to stop, saying he hasn't even received his salary yet and has no money to give them, but they ignore his pleas and continue beating him. Just then, Asamiya arrives and scares them away by threatening to call the police. By now, she and Jojo have become close friends. However, after she sees him getting humiliated, Jojo feels too embarrassed and quietly leaves. Later that night, while returning home from work, Jojo is stopped by Bakao. Bakao tells him that his own PC is broken and says he'll use Jojo's computer every night for live streaming. He even promises to give Jojo half of the earnings since his mother is in the hospital. But Jojo knows it's just an excuse and that Bakao has no intention of giving him a single penny. Furious, Jojo throws a bowl of hot noodles at him. Bakao loses his temper and starts beating Jojo. During the fight, he cruelly says that Jojo's mother is dying because of someone as useless as him. The moment he insults his mother, something inside Jojo snaps. He fights back with everything he has, beating Bakao so badly that he finally runs away. Sometimes, even the weakest person becomes fearless when it comes to protecting their mother. The next morning, while heading to school, Jojo receives a call from Bakao. He tells him that their fight was accidentally live-streamed to the entire internet. Jojo is shocked because he had turned off the computer, but Bakao explains that the webcam was still on and the stream uploaded automatically. Jojo rushes home and finds that the video has already crossed 100,000 views. He immediately deletes it, thinking the problem is over. But when he reaches school, the video has already gone viral. Everyone is talking about it. Bakao arrives, ready to attack Jojo again, but Hamaken stops him. Instead of supporting his friend, Hamaken humiliates Bakao for losing to someone as weak as Jojo. He even kicks him out of the group, saying that keeping losers like him would ruin his reputation. Humiliated, Bakao goes to the school rooftop and breaks down. At that moment, he decides to get revenge on Hamaken. Soon, Bakao joins hands with Jojo. He reveals that Hamaken lures people into his live streams by promising expensive gifts but never actually gives them anything. Together, they come up with a plan to expose him during one of his live broadcasts. A few days later, Hamaken once again starts mocking them during a live stream. This time, however, Jojo and Bakao are fully prepared. The moment Hawaken gets distracted, Jojo grabs the camera and exposes him in front of his entire audience, revealing how he tricks people with fake giveaways just to gain views and make money. But after all that, he never gives anyone anything. Even worse, if someone dares to ask for their promised gift, this man beats them up and throws them out. Anyway, Jojo manages to expose the truth in front of the whole world, but he has no idea that Hamaken had already ended his live stream before that happened. And just like always, Hamaken grabs Jojo and starts beating him mercilessly. Furious, he yells, "You think you're going to ruin my image?" Since Jojo was about to expose him, Hamaken decides that today he's going to beat him to death and keeps attacking him without stopping. What Hamaken doesn't know is that this is exactly what Jojo and Bakao had planned from the beginning. Bakao had already predicted something like this would happen, so he secretly starts live streaming everything from his second phone. Jojo deliberately refuses to throw a single punch back. Instead, he keeps taking the beating so the entire world can witness Hamaken's true colors. In the middle of getting punched, Jojo even keeps asking him for the gifts he promised his viewers, making it obvious that all those giveaways were nothing more than a scam. In reality, Hamaken never gives anyone anything. Completely furious, Hamaken shouts, "Have you lost your mind? You're still asking for gifts after getting beaten like this? Come to my house tonight and I'll give you a huge gift." He is about to continue beating Jojo when Oji suddenly shows up. Oji is their senior and also a professional MMA fighter, so nobody in school dares to mess with him. The moment Oji arrives, Hamakin immediately lets Jojo go. Meanwhile, Bakao's livestream spreads everywhere, and people begin trolling Hamakin across the internet. Unfortunately, Jojo has taken far too much damage this time. The next morning, he wakes up in a hospital bed. As soon as he opens his eyes, Bakao excitedly tells him, "Bro, Hamakin has been exposed in front of the whole world. His career won't last much longer. And guess what? Our livestream reached around 1.2 million viewers and we earned only about 3,900 yen from it." Jojo had expected millions of views to mean a fortune, so hearing they made only about 3,900 yen completely crushes him. Frustrated, he says, "Seriously? After getting beaten like that, we only made 45 bucks?" Bakao explains that the video was too short. He says Jojo should have survived for at least 20 minutes, because longer videos show more ads and earn much more money. Jojo immediately complains, "Are you crazy? I ended up in the hospital after just 5 minutes, and you wanted me to get beaten for 20? I'd be dead before collecting the money." Bakao reminds him about his mother and says, "The longer you survive, the more money we'll make for her treatment. We only need around $47,000, and there are people making over $2 million every month on this platform." Hearing that kind of money, Jojo immediately becomes willing to endure any amount of pain. Still, deep inside, he realizes that if he keeps taking punches without fighting back, he won't stay alive for much longer. After returning home, the first thing he does is search Google for ways to defeat stronger opponents and survive longer in fights. He finds countless training videos, but none of them seem useful because he feels like the training itself would kill him. After searching for a long time, he finally discovers a mysterious link. The title and thumbnail instantly catch his attention, and he feels like this might be exactly what he's been looking for. The moment he clicks it, a trainer appears on the screen, and everything the man says perfectly matches Jojo's own life. Every single word hits him right in the heart. It almost feels as if the trainer made this video after watching Jojo's entire life. Jojo has no idea that this single video is about to change his future forever, but we'll get to that training later. Meanwhile, Hamakin is absolutely furious after being exposed. The next morning, Jojo arrives at school and finds Hamakin searching for him like a madman. Jojo and Bakao try to run away, but Hamakin eventually catches them and starts beating Jojo all over again. This time, however, Hamakin is much more serious because after the previous video, people have stopped watching his live streams, and nobody wants to appear in his content anymore. Enraged over losing his audience, he attacks Jojo even more brutally than before. Once again, though, this is all part of Jojo and Bakao's plan. Bakao is secretly live streaming everything from another phone because their goal is to keep viewers watching for as long as possible and maximize the ad revenue. But surviving this beating is much harder than expected. Jojo is already on the verge of passing out. Just as Hamakin is about to land another devastating blow, a girl named Aki suddenly steps in and shouts, "Hey, Baldy! The whole world is watching you right now. I've been live streaming this for the last 10 minutes. If anything happens to Jojo, you're going straight to jail." The moment Hamakin hears that, he panics and immediately runs away. A little later, Aki admits that she wasn't actually live streaming anything. She only lied to scare him off. After everything settles down, they check their earnings and realize that after taking such a brutal beating, they have earned only $300. Aki then explains that simply ending the live stream isn't enough. Every stream has to be properly edited afterwards so future viewers enjoy watching it. Otherwise, people won't donate or subscribe. She then reveals that she's a professional video editor and offers to help both of them edit their content. Naturally, Jojo and Bakao happily accept her offer. After all, no girl at school had ever paid any attention to either of them before. So the two of them happily welcome Aki into their team. Since their previous live stream didn't earn much, the trio starts searching for a new challenge. While walking around, they meet two men pretending to be fans. The men ask for a selfie, lure Jojo and Bakao into a deserted area, then steal their phones, wallets, and all their belongings before trying to escape. One of the thieves is incredibly strong, and Jojo can't stop him. That's when Bakao says, "Bro, this is the perfect chance. People donate more when they see you getting beaten. I've already started the live stream." Jojo immediately steps forward. He politely asks for his phone back, but when the thief refuses, he challenges him to a fight. The thieves laugh at him, mocking his strength, but Jojo has secretly been learning martial arts online for weeks. Soon, a fight begins. Instead of attacking, Jojo keeps dodging every punch, frustrating the thief. Finally, the thief throws a powerful punch straight at Jojo's head. Surprisingly, Jojo barely gets hurt while the thief injures his own hand. Everyone watching is shocked because Jojo still hasn't thrown a single punch. Realizing something is wrong, the thief returns Jojo's phone and leaves. Meanwhile, Aki manages the livestream and edits it in real time. Thanks to her editing, the stream attracts far more viewers, donations start pouring in, and their earnings cross $1,000. The three happily split the money. Jojo uses his share to buy new clothes for his mother before visiting her in the hospital. After spending some time with her, he heads to work. As soon as he reaches the restaurant, his manager scolds him for missing work for almost a week. Before things get worse, Asamiya steps in and explains that Jojo's mother is hospitalized and he has no one else to take care of her. Hearing her defend him touches Jojo deeply. He already liked Asamiya, but after this, his feelings become even stronger. He decides that he will finally confess his feelings. A few days later, Jojo gathers his courage and takes Asamiya out. After spending a wonderful day together, he finally asks, "Asamiya, what kind of guy do you like?" Before she can answer, Hamakin suddenly arrives with his gang. They had tracked Jojo through Bakao. The gang immediately starts harassing both of them, especially Asamiya. Unable to tolerate it anymore, Jojo challenges Hamakin, saying, "Hey, Baldy, stop acting tough in front of a girl. If you've got guts, fight me." Furious, Hamakin attacks instantly. Jojo believes the martial arts moves he learned online will be enough to defeat him, but it turns out to be the biggest mistake of his life. Hamakin is far stronger than he expected. Completely helpless, Jojo begs him to let Asamiya go. Hamakin smirks and says, "I'll let her go, but only if you strip naked during my live stream." To protect Asamiya, Jojo agrees and starts taking off his clothes in front of everyone. Just then, Asamiya slaps Hamakin across the face. That only makes him angrier, and he starts forcing himself on her. Meanwhile, Jojo has almost removed all his clothes, and the entire incident is being live-streamed. Just before he removes his underwear, OG arrives and saves him. OG beats every member of Hamakin's gang one by one and drives them away before taking Asamiya with him. Jojo is left sitting there alone, crying helplessly. He has never been humiliated this badly in his life. After that day, he completely disappears. Nobody knows where he has gone. Even Hamakin questions Bakao at school, but Bakao has no idea. A few days later, Aki and Asamiya search everywhere for Jojo and even visit his house, only to find it empty. The truth is, Jojo has isolated himself from the world, hidden away from everyone. He trains day and night to regain the honor he lost. For the next 3 months, he pushes himself beyond his limits. Finally, after 3 months, Jojo returns. The moment he enters school, he walks straight toward Hamakin, challenges him once again, and the final battle between the two finally begins. At first, Jojo does nothing but dodge Hamakin's attacks, but he can't avoid every hit. Before long, he's knocked to the ground again. This time, however, he gets back up and lands a powerful kick that actually makes Hamakin stumble. Jojo keeps targeting the slam spot over and over. Hamakin laughs. "Is that the only move you've got?" He rushes back in and starts beating Jojo again. But after taking several hits, Jojo finds the perfect opening and delivers one devastating punch that knocks Hamakin unconscious. That single victory changes everything. Overnight, Jojo becomes the hottest topic across school and social media. The same people who used to laugh at him now want to be his friends. That's just how the world works. People only respect you after you've proven yourself. Later, Jojo meets Asamiya to apologize for what happened during the live stream, but she smiles and says, "You don't need to apologize. Everything you did was to protect me, and you even put Hamakin in his place. So stop blaming yourself." She jokingly adds, "Now we can finally go on a proper date." As she walks away, she accidentally leaves her handkerchief behind. Jojo chases after her to return it, only to discover her entering a luxurious mansion. He's completely shocked. If Asamiya is this wealthy, why has she been working as an ordinary restaurant employee all this time? The answer remains a mystery. The next day, Bakao finds another challenger, Hayato, a former Taekwondo champion. If Jojo can defeat him, they'll earn even more money. Knowing he'll need help, Jojo asks OG to teach him Taekwondo. OG refuses. "If you're only doing this for live streams, I won't help you. Besides, nobody learns Taekwondo in a week." Disappointed, Jojo heads home where he's greeted by the owner of Bad Fellows, a major boxing promotion. After watching Jojo's fights, the owner offers him a professional contract promising fame and millions of dollars, more than enough to pay for his mother's treatment. But Jojo politely declines. "I'm not ready yet. I still have a lot to learn. When I become strong enough, I'll contact you myself." The following day, the team goes to face Hayato. Jojo already knows fighting a Taekwondo champion in an open area would be suicide, so he immediately starts running. Hayato chases after him, not realizing it's all part of Jojo's plan. Jojo leads him into a tiny public restroom. In such a cramped space, Hayato can't fully use his powerful kicks or footwork, exactly what Jojo was counting on. Meanwhile, Bakao starts the live stream. A brutal fight breaks out. Hayato dominates most of the battle, pushing Jojo to his absolute limit. But just when it seems over, Jojo dodges one final kick, locks Hayato's neck, and chokes him until he loses consciousness. Against all odds, Jojo defeats the former Taekwondo champion. The livestream explodes. Donations flood in, the views skyrocket, and by the end of the stream, they've earned nearly around $20,000. Even better, their channel officially surpasses 1 million subscribers. But while Jojo's life is finally changing for the better, Asamiya's problems are only beginning. Her father discovers she's dating a poor boy like Jojo. Furious, he gives her an ultimatum. If you want to stay in this family, stop seeing him or leave this house. Without backing down, Asamiya replies, "If that's what you want, then promise you'll pay for Jojo's mother's treatment." Her father says nothing and simply walks away. And that's where episode 4 comes to an end. If you want to see what happens next, let me know in the comments.